Yeah, so just in case somebody's listening, let's turn them off. One misquit apparently. And there might be some electrosensitive people here, who knows? Turn this off. I hardly ever use it. And it's 3G only.
It'll stop working soon.
Alright, so yeah, these forums have become a bit of a regular thing over the last 2 or 3 years. And so it's shifted from purely a study group into a let's get organised group. If you have a look at the little pamphlet, there's a good quote here from Martin Luther King Jr. and he suggested that those who love peace must learn to organise as effectively as those who love war. And that's the drive that keeps me going to say, well, let's get organised. If we're scattered, well, we're not an effective force. So we've offered this venue for that very purpose, you could say. So the events might even get more regular, and so we'll get you to book from now on. Right? I think just about everybody booked, but we may even have to insist on invitation only, right? If we're doing these sort of things. Consider our most potent health and study material, like this one here, from something called Medical Medium. It seems to be decades ahead of medical science. And it's the guy that's producing this stuff. He has a gift which only occurs once every 1,000 years. That's what he says. And he gets information about everybody's ailments. He says when he steps on a plane, he gets information about everybody on the plane. And can have 500 people on the plane, right? And he's saying that celery juice is the most powerful medicine of our time. Right? It's not pharmaceutical, and yet the celery salts have got some marvellous properties. Right? So I've got that one for 25. The other major study material we've used. Just one other thing on this. He claims that there's no such thing as an autoimmune disease. And that's a revelation, right? He says the body never attacks itself. It's a perfect design. Why would it attack itself? It's always an external factor, and he goes through those external factors. If we can be open-minded, the Conversations with God material is extremely powerful, and it's saying, well, God never stops talking. This is new information for humanity. Anyway, I'll leave you to consider that, and they're $15. We've been running study groups on those up until recent times. And from those books, it's talking about now's the time to awaken, for humanity to awaken. Because if we don't awaken now, during this early stage of our cosmic development, we're a very young race, we could end up living in this lifeline essentially as many older species in the physical realm do, becoming more and more violent even as we become more and more advanced. The reply is those last 13 words are a description of how things are going on your planet right now. Right? So we're seeing the artificial intelligence, the explosion of wireless devices, the Internet of Things, and I've got an electronics engineering background. I was designing this stuff 20, 30, 40 years ago, right? And it's come back to haunt me, but I've got a lot of knowledge about that. Right? And we've met lots of electrosensitive people, We started with the smart meter issue six or 7 years ago, and some of those people can't even live in their own homes anymore when they have the smart meter installed. Right, so with the 5G, we're going to have an explosion of radiation, and according to many reports from around the world, they don't know why there's a sharp decline in insects. Right? 80% in the last 20 years. That to me is very serious. Right? If we're destroying the natural world, we're destroying ourselves. Anyway, that's just my little say on that. Saturday nights is our cinema and discussion evening, and tomorrow night we're screening Private Remedy and Law. It's on the little pamphlet in red. We socialise, share food, view the movie and discuss the subject. It could be related to what we're going to be hearing tonight. And anyway, it's got a section on a private process, and it shows you how powerful it is, but it also shows you where it could fail. It's useful to know where it could fail. That's what I would have thought anyway. And the following Friday, next Friday, it's the last event for our term, and it's with Thomas in the back row there. And it's another foundation law forum. And it's an approach to law and authority, and there's some video samples on the website, on this website here. Oh, here we are, here's Darryl. A bit further down. Well, that's the 5G stuff that we did a couple of months ago, and very informative, technically, health-wise, and my own little talk. There's a couple there from Thomas, and a few other things. Plenty to look at. And I'd like you to make a special note of this particular date. I'll get the poster. I think it's 19th of October. This is last year's. It's an earth healing meditation. Right, so that's that. And perhaps, how many people in the room meditate? Yeah, so maybe half or more. And if you're not aware, group meditation has been shown scientifically to change conditions in a country or around the world. I think we need to do that. Right?
I agree.
Yeah. How about we do a 5-second meditation?
Yes.
Close your eyes and focus on the most positive aspect you can possibly imagine, right? Because if we're not focusing on the positive, we're not going to get there. Right? We need to have a clear vision of where we want to go. Right? That might be useful. So just close your eyes for 5 seconds in silence. And what's the most positive aspect you could focus on?
What about McPherson for the neighbors?
Maybe protection as well. There's a lot of crazy things happening. We're in meditating at the moment.
Sorry.
But anyway, 5 seconds is up. So you missed out. Yeah, so this lady from Gippsland has organised 400 groups around the world to do this meditation all at the same time. We did it here last year. We only had a small group, but we want to get a bigger group, a much bigger group this year. Right? October the 19th, 9:30 a.m. in the morning. It'll be synchronised with, who knows, tens of thousands of people around the world. Okay?
It's the
What's that date,
it's the same time on every part of the planet. That's what you're telling me.
That's what they're trying to organise. Right? It can be a little different, but that's what they're working on.
What was the date, George?
Yep.
What was the date?
I think it's Saturday, 19th of October, 9:30 a.m. in the morning.
Okay.
Be here 9:15. Yeah. Now, did you get the Christine? Where are you?
She's upstairs.
Oh, right. we were going to bring down the holy book because Darryl's going to tell us the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, but we won't ask you to swear on it. So, yeah, all right. Let's say over to you, Darryl. And many of you know where Darryl's coming from. That's probably why you're here. And we're looking forward to what's happening tonight. Thank you.
Well, thank you, George.